guys being out here tonight. Kelly, Ryan, everybody give yourself a hand. You're coming out to still getting some additional knowledge, wisdom, community time, sharing, learning, growing, and I am telling you that I am excited. So, for those that may not know me, I'm Lisa Santiago McNeil. I am the founder of the Empowerment Center of Charlotte, and I believe that economic independence is acquired through entrepreneurship. And because of that, I also know that I don't know everything. And the way to make sure that you have success is to align yourself with like-minded people and not to be the smartest person in the room. Right? So you want to continue to surround yourself with knowledge-seeking people, like the Spencers. You want to continue to surround yourself with people that are moving forward, that are looking to grow, stretch themselves, be a little bit uncomfortable so they can move to the next level. And that's who I am. So I want to take a moment to go around the room and honor you all for the time that you spent so that I can know a little bit about you. I would love to know what your name is, anything that you want us to know, and why you made it out here tonight. All right? I'm going to start with Felix. Felix, go ahead.
Hey, Lisa, how are you tonight?
Good, I'm fine.
My name is Felix Slater, and I have an independent security consulting firm that specializes in workplace violence prevention. I have an office in New York City, and I have a home office here in Concord. I love getting smiles out of my clients. I love taking on challenges. I love difficult things in life. I love being around you.
How smooth is that?
Special gifts or anything? The check is in the mail. All right, I'm going to skip over Ryan because we want to give him a special introduction a little bit later. We're going to keep him sort of as a sleeper special. I'm going to go ahead to Kelly. Kelly.
Hello.
Hey.
I'm Kelly Canister, and I work for Mass Mutual Financial Group. I like to be around people who are like-minded, and this is a great group to be around. I'm always pursuing how to improve my own life in all avenues, and not be the smartest person in the room, which I'm not here. So I'm glad to meet some new friends and also see some old friends. And happy to be here.
Thank you so much for coming tonight. I'm going to go to over here in the seat to the back. Mr. Lester, why don't you tell us a little bit about who you are and what it is you want us to know about you?
Hey everybody, I'm Lester. I am one part of the ATG Accountants and Advisors. I have an accounting firm here in Charlotte. I consider myself an internal student, and if I had known him already, it would have been evident, so I'm still trying to learn.
There you go. So thank you so much for coming tonight. And Valerie.
Darlene.
I'm sorry. I'm trying to Darlene, did I call you Valerie like 3 times today already? Darlene.
Hi, I'm Darlene Fleming, and I'm a newfound author. I just published my book last year called Unbreakable. And so your former years are going to be better than your latter years.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm reinventing.
Nice.
I'm reinventing my former years. And so I've just been connected with a good group of people, and I'm just riding with them.
Awesome.
I'm riding the wave. Yes.
Well, we are glad that you came tonight. Absolutely. I'm going to take you behind this camera over here. He can't show who he is. Can you flip the camera around, Brian?
To me? Yeah, I can do that. I can do
Go
that.
ahead and introduce yourself.
All right, let me do that right here. Okay.
All right.
Let me get this together here.
All right.
How smart are you, Lisa, to do that? Hey, I'm Brian McNeil. I'm real happy to be here as well. I'm also an author. My book's called The Shortcut, The Fastest Route to Selling Your Services. And I'm also a sales coach. And just like Lisa said in the introduction, I'm really excited to be around people that know some things I don't know. Just like our brother Lester said, if we knew better, we would do better. And as we are learning here, I'm more and more excited about what I'm learning. So thanks a lot.
Awesome. Awesome. Give him a hand. Thank you so much. So tonight we're going to have a really special evening. I did not introduce 3 wonderful people in the room. I'm going to introduce them, I promise. But we have one more person that was coming out. It's a little bit late tonight. I am going to share a little bit of his story. Is that all right?
That's all right.
Because I'm going to tell you, this young man, hopefully he still shows up. When he does, y'all make sure you embarrass the hell out of him. Lots of claps when he walks in the room. He's not even going to understand. He's going to be like, oh. Right. Kaden is what, 21, 22? Yeah. Around there? I promise you, everybody's going to wish he was their son, their grandson, whatever. He is a phenomenal little sponge. The information that we're going to learn tonight by the hands of our great mentors and their mentors, we're going to get a chance to take a glimpse into some of the stuff that Life Leadership provides for us. It provides us with an ongoing learning platform that we can take principles in different areas, whether it's your personal, your professional, or your financial, and you can use them as building blocks to grow and grow and grow and grow, whether it's in your business, your life, your family, your relationships. Well, imagine if you had that stuff at 23. Right? Imagine if you had it before you got your student debt. Imagine if you had it before you had your first car payment. Imagine if you knew what was the right thing to put your money into before you were my age, almost 50, right? And now you digging out all of the lessons that nobody taught you. Because my mother didn't know, my grandmother didn't know. When I grew up, I thought I was doing a big thing. I was the first one in my family to own a house. At that time, that was a big deal, right? Coming from New York, you don't own a house in New York. So I came down here and bought a house, but what I did was I bought some debt. And I didn't understand that because I thought I was living the American dream. That's what I was taught. But Kaylin is getting the opportunity. He's grasping it. When I tell you he's grasping it, I mean, we wanted him to be here to share this with you because that young man is like oozing knowledge at 23. You're sitting there, you look at him like, oh my God, teach my babies, teach my children, teach my grandchildren, because he is phenomenal. But now, it's okay. We've lost 25 years. But all I'm saying to you is have an open mind tonight so that when you hear this, you don't lose another 20 years. So that you don't put yourself in a position that you miss out on the chance to move forward now, right? The only time that we have is now.
Right.
My time machine's broke.
Right.
I can't loan it out. But I do know that when I know better, I get to do better. So, that being said, what I'm going to do now, since Kaylin is not here, is I'm actually going to bring up my mentors and those that introduced me to the principles in life leadership. They have, first of all, they were very wonderful and kind people, and I love them so much. But beyond that, they have a phenomenal and inspirational story of how they have applied the knowledge and the principles in life leadership. And what's even better is they want to share it. They came to me with an open heart saying, look, this is some stuff that I learned, this is some stuff that I know, here's how I got it. I'm not trying to push it on you. I just feel like the sin of the desert is knowing where the water is and not being willing. Y'all gotta clap. Y'all ready? Actually telling his story firsthand. Kaylin, you mind coming right into the hot seat, hey beautiful, and telling us your story right away firsthand? Just take a minute and a half.
Give him a chance to take off his coat.
But they're waiting for you, and Mr. Teacher's text and everything, they're getting it in. So I'm going to let you all hear from Kaylin himself. Hello. That's going to be okay. We'll try. I don't know how we're going to do that because we're fired up. We're fired up. So we're going to have to keep on going and pushing forward as respectfully as we can. But I want you to bring out as much of what you got in our life leadership.
That's going to be challenging.
You do that for us? Rock it out.
Woo-hoo! Okay, hey, I'm sorry for the tardiness, but I'm here. I'm here. So let's see. Let's start at the beginning. I got in touch with Norman and Barbara about the beginning of December, and I actually started to dive into the information. And at first, I was like, okay, let me just listen to the audios. I went in half with my brother's name, Devon. I went in half with it. I was like, okay, cool. We go in half. I take the CDs. You take the book. I don't really like reading yet, so you got that, but I'll take the CDs. I was like, cool. So I was listening to the CDs on the way to work, 15 minutes. Man, whew, I don't even want to go to work no more. So I'm at work just thinking about this stuff. Hey, you all right, bro? Yeah, I guess. How you doing? So then I'm so ready to get back in my car and listen to the CDs. So I'm doing this. I mean, shoot. Period. Just every time I'm in the car, just popping in the CD. When that's done, popping in another. Just trying to continually feed my brain. Now, I actually was on a trip to see a friend in Missouri, so I was on a bus. I brought my laptop. I was like, yo, we just gonna do something different. Just pop in these CDs and take notes. So was like, all right, cool. And one of the best principles that I learned was save 25% of everything that you make, so live off 75%.
Come on.
So I was like, okay, cool, all right, let's try it. Shoot, we've been living off 100%, barely making it, and we want our savings account to get bigger. So hey, we asked for that, and the universe presented us an option. So it's our job to actually say, you know, I'm gonna step up and take this option. I'm just gonna keep doing what I'm doing. So I took it, even texted my girlfriend, I'm doing this. You know, you want to build a savings account too? I think you should do it as well. She was like, cool, okay. I was like, cool, bet, that was easy. And so, so then, you know, I got into it. Every time I got paid, I was like, all right, 20, I did a paycheck, times 0.25. All right, cool, put that in savings. Man, the whole month of December I was doing it, and I was making a lot of money in December because it was like busy season for Marshalls. And I saw my savings account grow $200 in a month's time. I was like, dang, this is nice. It's so nice, man. Okay. I'm kind of mad I got it late because, you know, how could it be stacking? But I was just really excited. And then going into January, I knew that I wanted, well, still my goal is $1,000 in my savings, just as a little starter. So I started beginning of December with 100, end of December with 300. Now currently I have about $700 in my savings. And so that's just using a principle. And what the principle actually taught me, and what I've learned just from being associated with Norman, Barbara, Ryan, Lisa, and Brian, just honestly, the journey. Learning to love the journey, or as my girlfriend said, you know, love the process. Because I was always, man, I just want the results. I just want the results. I don't care about the process. I hate it. The process is boring. I just want it to be fun. And then we enjoy the result at the end. But I learned that you have to fall in love with the journey, fall in love with the process, because it's not getting to the end. The young person says, I want to be a baseball player. Don't say you're never going to because the statistics, because they say, because she say. Say, go do it. Because even if they don't become whatever they said, they can learn something else. They can end up owning a team. They can end up being a manager. They can end up being something that they didn't even dream of, because it's all about who you become in the process. So if I were to tell anyone anything about joining my leadership or gaining some of our products, is really don't focus on, okay, I just want money, or I just want the car, I just want the house, I just want the lifestyle. Just focus on being a better you. Just focus on building you and learning that the process is what it's all about. The results is just the after effect.
Good job, good job. Very good, good job.
What is your name? We want to know who you are and what brought you here tonight as well.
Well, hello everyone. Hey.
Sure.
Hello everyone. My name is Shauna Washington. I am a friend of Kaylin's. He told me about you guys a while ago as far as what you guys trying to really push yourself forward. Me myself, I am trying to start my own record label. Started pretty much from the ground up. I had to really just sit back and realize, hey, if this is what I want to do, I need to invest in myself. So I decided to get my own equipment and start recording in my home, start doing local lessons for other people just to help push myself forward. So that's pretty much what I'm doing.
Thank you so much, Shauna. Thank you for coming. Awesome. So you see that this is information and inspiration, right? The people that we're connected to, the community that we're a part of is all moving forward. They're all about becoming, achieving, and growing. And I'm going to tell you that is exactly who Barbara and Spencer are. They are exactly about doing the best that they can to learn each and every day, listening to these audios, reading the books, studying to show themselves approved, and helping others to do the same thing, helping us to get immersed into just the culture of wanting to learn and grow and stretch. So I'm going to go ahead and the next voice that you hear after the video that we're going to play, about a 2-minute video, 2.5 minutes, if y'all can put up with that. The next voice that you hear after the A selection is going to be Barbara and Spencer. Is that all right? Soft clap, soft clap. I don't know how to put on your stuff.
Financial fitness came into our lives. We were a mess. We had bill collectors chasing us. I used to contact my husband whenever I get bills and
from my wife things like, I don't even know what I'm married to ever hear. And it used to just put a dagger in my heart.
So we managed to raise our 3 children in a world of lies and cover-ups, I guess, so that they didn't really understand what we were going through.
Stuff would come about where we would have the mortgage company, for example, telling us they needed money instantly, and we would always call the family for bailouts. The bank said that they needed a bunch of money right away to give us 15 days to catch up, or they were going to take the house.
We just didn't know what we were going to do. I didn't know what we were going to do. It was a scary time.
With the financial fitness program, we started to realize that we needed to take ownership. We needed to start taking responsibility.
It really helped build the confidence in me, knowing that what we were doing was right.
We were able to just kind of get the wisdom that we didn't have and put everything together and start repairing everything that mattered.
I remember going into a grocery store and not knowing my debit card was not working. I could afford groceries, to going into a grocery store after we had the money and crying again because I could buy a new card.
From going from wondering where the mortgage payments were going to come from, wondering where food from the table was going to come from, to being completely out of debt, paying off over $323,000 in debt, and having a couple $1,000s a month to our income to be able to pay 6 months down on a rental house. And it's been an amazing feat, and I tell you, it just feels like a whole different world.
I think that opened up my eyes to realize that this is an opportunity for our family to grow, not just as husband and wife. We feel like we can kind of do anything as long as we have this information and each other.
Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun.
Lisa and Kaylin come up. I mean, it's hot. Yeah. It's hot.
Excuse me, lady.
It's just what it is. So, I'm Norman Spencer.
And
This
I
is
am
my wife,
Barbara.
my wonderful wife, and you know, I'm just blessed to have someone who really had the foresight and the desire to really change our condition. You know, again, I'm gonna let her tell her story, but I just want to let everyone know that this is our queen, and she has been, in some ways, in being a leader, you need to follow, and that's one of the things that I've learned is being a part of this life leadership organization. And I'll just turn it over to my wonderful wife, Bob.
I had to catch myself. Just to give you all a little of my story, my backstory. But could you imagine living without credit card debt, car payment, and a house payment? Can you imagine that? I certainly wasn't giving any thought to that. So you know what that means? I had a mortgage. I had a car note. That was actually more than my mortgage.
Ooh.
So this was actually at the time, this car I had to have. I went into the dealership. I'm a big sports car person. I went into the dealership. I knew more about the specs. The car hadn't even come out yet. The salesman couldn't, they said, we don't know. They had to take me to the general manager. I said, what do I need to do? They said, you only have to put $1,000 down. Here's my credit card. We're going to build this car. I got my car. I was one of the first ones to get this particular car. I was flossing. Yeah, I was flossing now. But let me tell you what the backside of that was, though. Even though I was flossing, I wasn't saving anything. I certainly wasn't contributing to a 401k. Nor did I have an emergency fund. I wasn't thinking about the future or retirement. So with all of that said, something was going to have to be done a little bit differently. And there was even an 18-month time in there when I chose not to work. I lived off my credit card. I had a credit card with a little over $30,000 on it. That paid all of my living expenses for about 18 months. Can y'all imagine that?
Yeah, I can imagine it, but
I don't even know if they give credit cards at that limit anymore. But there's more to that story, but we're going to bookmark that for a later time. So in going through this process, we're going to fast forward to when I actually met Spence. And then we were getting ready to go down this path of actually to get married. Now, mind you, I already had about $8,000 in debt. was working full time. I was in Durham, but he was in Charlotte. And that was just like, I don't know about you or married. I didn't get married to have a weekend spouse because that's really how it was. It was really painful, and that just really got pulled out of me today, just how painful that was, because I'm getting off from work on Thursday or Friday, having to drive to Charlotte, and if I didn't catch that traffic just right, a 2.5 hour drive could easily turn into 5.5 to 6 hours.
Wow.
So that was painful. So then here it is on Monday morning, he's heading to the airport to go out to Toronto, and I'm having to drive back in to Durham and then drive over to Cary to go to work. So that was a painful time for me. So in doing that, we were, as so many couples, we were getting ready to go out here and build this Mac mansion. More home than we needed for just the two of us. I mean, we bells and whistles, everything that was gonna come along. A garage out in the back, even with us, the studio room. Don't ask me, we're good. They told us we could afford this.
Oh, okay. They
told
us.
They told us we can afford this, and this is what our monthly payment was gonna be. Now, like I said, I'm in Durham, he's in Charlotte. So we really haven't given any thought to this point to what our living arrangements were going to even be like. So I guess we were going to try and work that out along the way. So, but, coming off our honeymoon, our great friend Ryan Ray introduced us to the Financial Fitness Program. And that has been a life-changing experience and information for us. I took to the information immediately, and I said, we're going to have to go in a different direction. We have to do this thing differently. So we did. We stopped building the house. We stopped doing that. And then I started eliminating my debt. So within 14 months, that's what I did. I eliminated my debt. I had the option to fire my boss. I took that option.
Amen.
Fire my boss.
Amen.
This year, it'll be a year since I left my job, fired my boss, and sharing this message full time. So that's a little of my story, and now my amazing husband will share his journey.
Amen. That's all right.
Man, coming behind Lisa, coming behind Kaylin, I mean, I don't know what to say. I mean, I'm just like, wow, you know, I'm just humbled, guys, to be here, to be able to share our testimony, to be able to share our story, because it's so, the things that have happened as being a part of this organization like Leadership has just been life changing. So, Barbara's story is probably more PG rated. Let me tell you a horror story. So imagine IRS collecting, you know, North Carolina Department of Revenue officer constantly chasing you down for money that you don't have. Basically, living in a situation where you're at your job, you get a phone call, you don't know the number, you don't answer the phone because you think it's somebody wants some money that you don't have.
Yes.
Your wages are getting garbage. You know, and you're afraid to look at your bank account because you don't know from month to month how much money that you don't have in your bank account. You don't know how much they're going to take this month.
Wow.
Whether they're going to get more aggressive, not. And debt and that credit was managing my life. It was managing my day-to-day. I was living in fear, to be quite honest. It was a situation where it kind of paralyzed me. I was unsure. You know, Barbara and I had just gotten married, and I was really unsure about whether or not I could be a good husband. That I could be head of a household, you know, let alone because of the mistakes that I made financially. You know, I was thinking about my son. I was like, can I be a good father? Am I going to pass down these bad habits that I've done? I made mistakes, like everybody does, but I still was making bad habits, bad decisions. So those are the kind of things that kind of left me in. I was paralyzed. I didn't really know what to do. You know, so I thought about it, and then, you know, what I decided to do. I said, I know what I'm going to do. that money that I got, I'm gonna continue to go out to dinner, you know, out back, you know, wherever we go, you know, continue to do that. We're gonna go on trips, you know, trips that we couldn't afford. We're gonna go out to jazz cruises and all those kind of things, you know. And I started gambling. I gambled, but I said, you know, gambling, I need to get big. I need something, right? I needed something to kind of take me over the hump, so my wife and all the people around me wouldn't see where I was, you know. Kind of, you know, I'm who I am, you know. I'm expensive. I feel good about myself, but this finance thing was really paralyzing me. So did all of that stuff. It wasn't working. So remember, I said, you know what? I know what to do. I know how to do this. I'm gonna get another job. I know how to work hard. That's what I do. I do that well, right? So I got another job. So let me set the picture for you. So think about stuff in 16 hours a day in the 8 hours. I was working 2 jobs simultaneously. I was an IT project manager, and I had a remote job, but I also had a job that I had to go on site. So I remember this one day that I was set up to chair 2 meetings at the same time.
Oh, gosh.
And I had to literally fake an illness to get out of one of those meetings. These were crucial meetings in the middle of a project, these pieces. And I said, this is crazy. This is insanity. What am I doing? Now I got 2 jobs, you know, just this insanity. What is going on? I'm in debt, I'm paralyzed, I don't feel good about myself. So, you know, I decided, okay, I gotta do something different again. Still in the same space, not really making good decisions. So, you know, I said, you know, I'm not gonna do anything. Because I was afraid, I was ashamed, my pride was damaged because I didn't know what to do. But the thing is, fortunately, my wife, she was already on that track. She was already doing something. She already recognized we need to do something different. But because of my pride, because of my sense of failure, right, I just couldn't get into it. And I had information. I had the green box. But I wasn't applying it. So, you know, at some point, you know, my wife, I saw her getting results in her life, and I saw debt coming off, and she started saving, and things started happening. I said, you know what? She got this audio playing all the time. Let me really listen. I'm hearing it, but I'm not listening. Then I started listening. I started hearing it. It started getting to my spirit, you know. And I said, you know what? This is making sense to me. So, you know, slowly surely, started getting a plan. You know, I said, you know what? I'm gonna take these jobs. I'm gonna be strategic. I'm gonna make it happen. So I started listening, started reading that book, that Green Box book. I started filling out that workbook, and lo and behold, stuff started to change. I started from the beginning. It's like that principle, you know it, but you don't do it. It's like, you know, that one thing, saving, you know, 10%, right? Setting up that separate savings account. Now, I had about 3-4 savings accounts, but I had no money.
I hear you.
But just the exercise of me starting that new savings account started a new process in my mind. Right? So, over the course of time, I started knocking out debt, started knocking out the tax debt. I started being more strategic. I started making deals because in my mind now I could see a path to freedom. Right? You know, I started seeing a vision. I started wanting to be with my wife. I started, you know, all of the decisions that were making were starting to get right. And then all of a sudden, lo and behold, you know, over time, I started applying these principles, compounding, all of those things, reduced my debt to a much manageable level. Gave ourselves some room to where we could maneuver. And then, you know, ultimately as of August, you know, Barbara and I, you know, we're in position, thank God, to be able to share this message full time.
Amen.
I say that not so much about, it's not about us, it's about this information. You know, we thank Ryan Ray for just, you know, coming into our lives and sharing this information with us. But again, the information is only information unless it's transformed. And this information is transformed, guys. So I appreciate you allowing us to share. And we're going to bring up Mr. Brian.
name is Brian McNeil. Barbara and Norman Spencer, they were very humble up here. But I will tell you, every single person in this room here tonight is here because of their influence. Every person that's in this room tonight. Because of their character, because of their diligence, because what we've seen them do. Every single person that's in this room is here because of them. So give them another hand, please. Sometimes you can get a room this size and maybe bigger with more people, and you can ask a simple question. Is there anyone here that has any debt? Raise your hand. Okay? See, nobody's hand is down. Is there anyone here with debt more than $10,000? Raise your hand. Okay, still most of their hands. Anybody got more than $20,000 worth of debt? Isn't that amazing how many hands are still going up? So I could keep going up 30, 40, 50. Most people do have more than that. How about this? If I was to showcase for you and prove it to you to be true, that you, no matter how big your debt is, let's say you have $50,000 worth of debt. If you will come up with $3,000, just $3,000, will take your $3,000 and eliminate all your debt. How many people would do that? Raise your hand if you would. Everybody's hand. You would pay $3,000 to eliminate all of debt? Of course you would, because debt is painful. Barbara and Norman painted a picture of how debt was running their life. $3,000 can eliminate all your debt, free you up. Everyone here would do that enthusiastically. Say yes if you would.
Yes.
Okay, good. I also put that in mind. Now we're here because Barbara and Norman took advantage of an opportunity presented to them by Mr. Ryan Ray called Life Leadership. Life, L-I-F-E, is actually an acronym standing Living Intentionally for Excellence. And Life Leadership focuses on helping you to be your very best self in 3 distinct areas. The first area that Life Leadership helps you to be your very best self is financial. Financially. They offer this thing here called the green box. And within this green box is information that will help change your life. Information. Powerful information that you have an opportunity to, if you ever chose to, get this box and actually open it and receive what it pours out to you, if you're willing to. This will change your life financially. And that's a very important part of your life. If it's an important part of your life, say amen.
Amen.
Good. Amen means you heard, understand, and agree. Financially change your life with the beginnings of what's in this box. That's one area. The second area where they help you to change your life is professionally. Professionally. There are certain things that we need to know to navigate our lives professionally, like how to talk to people, how to lead people, how to negotiate, how to persuade, how to ask, and how to give answers. These things help you to get better and better and better. If you was to just think about the greatest leadership trainer that you could think of, the one that you know of. So a lot of people think of John Maxwell, Zig Ziglar, Iacocca, whoever names you come up with.
Les Brown.
Imagine that, Les Brown. Imagine that person wanted to have a personal relationship with you and wanted to talk to you daily. He wanted to pour into you, or she wanted to pour into you every day. Would you be willing to take whatever they gave you? Would you do what they told you to do? That's what it's like. With them constantly feeding you information, it's going to help you to improve your life regularly. Financially, professionally, and personally. Personally. Your life matters. You only get one body. The way you think about yourself, the way you think about others, the way you relate, personally, that matters. Now, when I ask, is anyone here willing to pay $3,000 in order to eliminate all their debt, everyone else raise their hand. To start the process, if you want to start down this road, I won't ask you for $3,000 to help you eliminate your debt. Barbara and Norman demonstrated by starting this way right here, they were able to do that. It didn't cost them $3,000. It didn't even cost them $2,000. It won't even cost you $1,000. Does anyone would like to know what it would cost you? No?
Sure.
I'll just put that down. Anyone would like to know?
Yeah.
Okay. Not even $1,000 to to give you that constant feeding that's going to help you to put you in a position where you can eliminate your debt and live freer and watch your money grow. Not even $1,000. What if I told you not even $500? Is that good or bad? That's incredible. That's incredible. And it doesn't end. It's better. It's even better than I'm articulating right now. Not even $500. You know, even if it was $10,000 to eliminate $50,000 would be a great deal. But $500 is an incredible offer.
Absolutely.
Because of what it'll do for your life. Thank you for telling me that, sir. But it's not going to be that. It's set up in such a way that anyone can start. This program, Life Leadership Program, is very easy to do, and it's also very easy not to do. We want to help you tonight so that you don't put yourself in that position where you choose great information and don't do it. You can get started down this road with this information that's going to do for you what it did for them, what it did for him, for $120. $120. And it's even better than what I just said. Not only do you get this information, you get the association, but they have a master's class, a live master's class on Sunday nights at 8 p.m. that you can log on from the comfort of your home and actually take part and go through this information. The master's class by itself, the company normally offers for $120. If you take advantage of what we're offering you here, you get all of this information, all of this association, all of this coaching, plus access to the master's class for the same $120. Now, we're going to take a break now. And when we take a break, everyone, there's no change in anybody. You have every right to bolt to your car and leave.
Absolutely.
Because you've learned enough. You have a right to leave. But you also have a right to take a minute and talk with somebody else during the break. Go ahead and take your potty break, get your water, but you have an opportunity to talk to some people that are doing a little bit better than they were before, and maybe a little bit better than you. And if you come back after the break, we're going to bring up a man.
Come on.
We're going to bring up a man that mentored Barbara and Norman.
All right.
We're going to bring up a man that is not only doing this as a business, he is prospering with this as a business. He's prospering in an amazing way as a business with this. But that's only after the break. Now, if you're still sitting here after the break, it's because you made a choice. You made a choice, and I think it's a very smart choice. Because if you leave, you get to rush home and watch TV.
In my case, and watch dishes.
You're not leaving, and you're
She told you. So, I don't want to belabor the point, okay? You guys are all honor us with your presence. What time is it now?
7:35. 7:35.
It's 7:35. So we're going to come back at 7:50 on the dot. And at 7:50 on the dot, that's 15 minutes, right?
Yep.
35. At 7:50 on the dot, and we're going to bring it out. Not one dollar. We're going to honor your time. We're going to take a break now, right?
Woo, woo, woo. Thank you, Brian. The ladies' room. Thank you. Thank you.
Living
so nice to see you.
intentionally on excellence. Yes, sir.
Well, thank you. Thank you. We're going to pause.
Yes. It's a pleasure.